Hi everybody, it's Marlen. I guess I just wanted to do like a get ready with me type thing. I'm not gonna show you any skills. I'm just gonna be putting on my makeup and talking. Yeah. So how are you doing? What's up? Welcome back. My room is dark, but the lights are on me. Oh yeah, look. I accidentally broke it. But it still works. I just don't use that side. Well, I never use that side really for almost anything. Because when you look at it, you look like you're an alien. You're like, oh, it looks so scary. Why would I ever look at it? Oh no. Okay. Makeup. I start zoning out and doing my makeup. It's gonna take me a second. I got a new razor I'm really excited about because shaving, but also I have chin hairs. Do you have chin hairs? It's embarrassing. But get you a good razor. Also, I have a question. I bought this Venus razor, right? And it's not pink. It's just silver. And it didn't say anywhere on the package women or girls or for ladies. It just said the smoothest, silkiest shave. And I was like, what? And I didn't even notice it before. I just went and I bought it and I took it home. And I was showing Chris, and Chris was like, oh, you got the pink tax on that? And I was like, actually, I don't know. It doesn't say women, and it doesn't say there's pink anywhere on here. It's just a silver razor, and it's shaped like this. So a dude could use it, technically. And it didn't say for a specific gender. So I'm going to have to look it up and see if Gillette is, like, legit. Because that's pretty cool. If they removed, like, you know, for men, for women type things on their shaving products, everybody has body hair. But yeah. Okay. Oh, clean my FaceTime. Clean my FaceTime. I hope this quality is good. I'm just testing this out to see if this front camera is good for recording. Because I'm going to use my camera for vlogging now. And it's really hard for me to use the other side of the camera because I have to like position a mirror back there so that I can see from over here. And sometimes I can't see even the mirror. So what's the point? Oh yeah, I did my roots. My roots is dyed. I'm so excited. I was contemplating dyeing my hair back to black for like a second because so many people give me compliments on my black hair anytime I show them my black pictures, my pictures with where I have black hair in them. And so many people give me different compliments or whatever. And they're like, I really like your black hair. And I'm like, thank you. And so I was debating on it for a while. And also because my work was like, well, you're going to have to dye your hair a normal color. Which, bitch, I did not. I wore a wig. But the thing that I didn't like was that I was getting acne on my scalp from wearing the wig. Like, the band would give me, like, pimples in my hairline. And I'm just like, why? It sucks. It totally sucks. Okay. So now Makeup. Oh. Oh. Trying to reach these brushes. I have so many. My sister convinced me to get a bunch of them. She was like, have a bunch of them so you don't have to clean them as often. Well, when I do have to clean them, I have to clean a lot of them. So I don't know who wins here. But yeah. Whoa. I've been like spending more time with myself lately. I want to go out by myself and do things by myself. And I don't know if that's because... I don't know why that is. Because I feel like when I was at home, I always wanted to do stuff with people. I always wanted to go over and do stuff with a friend. And I guess it's because I don't have any friends here. I mean, besides the roommates I moved with. My roomies, my BFFs. And that's who I spend all my time with. Maybe I feel like I want to find some friends. In the city. Isn't that like a song? Something city. Oh, also, this is a paintbrush. Just letting you know. Royal Lang Nickel. 3/4 of an inch. I like putting it on. There used to be a foundation brush that I used to use that looked like this. It wasn't quite the same, but it doesn't suck up all my biggest problem is it doesn't suck up all of my foundation like this thing does. I only used it once, and I feel like it sucked up half of like my foundation, even while keeping it moist or whatever. People are always like, oh, you have to wet it first. I'm like, okay. But also, doesn't that get moldy after a while? I feel like that just feels gross. Also, you could probably hear the wind outside. My window is completely open. But, you know. Okay. What was I talking about? Okay. Oh. Hey. Yeah. So this doesn't suck up my product. It's looking good on camera. I don't really know if it is good though. You know? Oh yeah, I've been wanting to do things on my own lately. And I was wondering if today I could go meet some art people. And honestly, probably not. Because it would have to be probably in Seattle. Because I live in a tiny town called Snohomish. It's like a town of 10,000 people. But it's like a touristy town. So there's lots of like restaurants that are expensive. Apparently there's a casino here. I had no idea. Somebody I met on Reddit was telling me about that because they lived in Seattle for a while and they have been to Snohomish. So yeah, there's that. Some darkness. Some darkness. I have hyperpigmentation on my cheek. On my cheek. There's nothing I can really do about it. I mean, I guess there's a lot of things I could do about it, but I'm not going to do any of those things because I don't know. It's there. Maybe one day it'll go away, or maybe it'll never go away. Oh, look at this big dub I have to put makeup on. Okay. Also, I use a makeup wipe at the beginning just to get any old makeup that was left behind, but also to wipe my hands off if I got it on my hands. Makeup wipes. You guys, I dyed my hair and I finally figured out the secret to not over dyeing. I used to have a problem with over dyeing my hair where I would buy too much of the dye. See, first of all, I have too much hair. I have really thick hair and I have a lot of hair. So when I put the dye in my hair, I would get like, these are the jars. They're these jars, right? This could not cover my whole head, right? So I would buy 2 of these. But when I'm buying 2 of these, it's like 2 times the pigment. So 2 times the pigment is sitting in my head and like sitting there, and your hair can't absorb all of that pigment. So what happens is if you sit in it too long, it turns dark and you get this weird discoloration. I'll show a picture here. I don't like this color because literally I was dyeing it this color to get this light blue, this cyan blue, and it turned into like a navy blue. And I was like, that's not what I wanted. So I was really upset, and I really hate this picture of me, actually. But it lives on the internet forever, so what can you do? So yeah, what happened is I found this stuff. I don't know if you can see it. It's called a pastelizer. Really, all it is filler. It was just a clear, kind of cloudy filler. So that way, when you mix it, it can disperse the dye over a larger amount of like actual liquid hair dye. So it's the same as like adding conditioner. Usually people would tell you if you're doing a dark hair dye, like I'm talking vegetable based dyes with crazy colors, you would dilute it with conditioner. So the conditioner is the one that acts like the filler. So when you put it in your head, you're not putting so much deposit into your head that the thing that why it's bad is because every time you go take a shower, it just leaks, it bleeds. If you get sweaty, it bleeds. Like literally, I could have my hair down like this where my bangs would be like this. I would be at work or something, and then I would sweat and I would do this and it would just blew all over my head. And I had a lot of that. Or like I couldn't wear white shirts. If I wore white shirts and I was like sweating on the back of my neck, it would just get on the back of my shirt. So I was just like, no, this is awful. I don't want that to happen. And the only way it would stop is if it washed out enough that it would just bleed clear-ish. So like not that much color would bleed, but it would still bleed. And so with this filler stuff, I think it shouldn't be the same price as the color deposit itself, but whatever, it is. So each of these were like $12, and I bought both of them because I knew if I tried to put this in my head, it would be basically super dark and it wouldn't come out. But it came out. Look, it's so nice. And there's no like dark spots where everyone's like, what do you mean dark spots? I'll show you pictures here. That it doesn't look good. Yeah, and so it only faintly looks green on my roots because I did my roots recently, but I'm okay with that. Blue-green is my favorite kind of blue and my favorite kind of green. So yeah, I did my hair. I'll take it out in just a minute, but I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup, bitch. I don't know if any of this footage is going to be useful, but it's going to be a test. I'm going to put it on my old channel. I'm launching a new channel. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be under my art name. And the reason why I want to do it is I want to make higher quality content for YouTube. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. I just never had the time or the energy. I was always like working overtime, working jobs. And it was very like, all of that is very time consuming. You waste a lot of energy working at a full-time job that you don't like because you have to pay bills of things that you need. Rent and car payments and insurance and phone bills and all that kind of stuff. So when I moved to Washington, I stayed with the security company that I'm with, and it's a very relaxed job. Like so relaxed that there's like downtime for me to do things at work. So it's not eating up any of my mental capacity to handle stuff, and it also gives me some free time to do some things. So sometimes I edit videos at work. I don't bring a laptop to work or anything, but I do have an app called InShot where I edit a lot of my videos. So what happens is when I film the footage, I film the footage, I take it to Adobe Premiere, I cut the clips, and cut the parts that I don't want sound on. I put them all together, I export it, and then I put it on my phone. And then on my phone, I'll then put in subtitles or emojis or little animations. And I do that all on the app called InShot. I like doing this because I can be anywhere to edit. And I think that's very important to me because I do not want to be stuck in my room like a prison just because I have to edit something or interrupt the day as it's going by. It's really important for me to be able to see my friends and their kids and spend time with them, and be out doing things and not have to be like, oh, sorry, I can't. Where we could just be going anywhere doing anything and I can just be on my phone editing and I don't have to be away from them, and I can be there. And so also it doesn't crash. I've never had it crash on me, so I'm just like, it's a pretty good app, if I do say so myself. So there's that aspect. There's a lot of things. The way that I like to work is like very minimalistic. There's like only so many things you can do to edit your video, right? There's so many things, endless number of possibilities. You could be there forever, ever, and ever. But if you don't give yourself like a time limit, then you're sat there. editing forever. And like, who wants to do that? I don't want to do that. I would like to have a life. My point is, don't overwork yourself. Put a time limit. Make sure it's... There's a saying that I like that goes, it's better to do it than to do it perfectly. Like, would it have been great if I spent X amount of time on it to make it look a little bit more presentable? But literally, how much more presentable would it have been to edit a video for a longer amount of time, where I could have, in that time, maybe put out 2 videos? Just put it out. Just do it. Just go and do it. And then if you have the time to afford to do something later, you'll learn with experience, like, oh, maybe next time I want to do this, or maybe next time I want to do that. There's no such thing as a perfect creation. There's always, George Lucas knows this, there's always something that could be done to edit it to make it so much better. He's been doing it so many years for all the Star Wars movies, which we all agree, just leave them alone. They're a product of their time. I can't believe he's gone back to edit all of these videos, these movies, to add more stuff to keep them updated when it makes it look so much, I don't know. It takes away the specialness of it, I think. But yeah, takes away the specialness of it. What eyeshadows should I use today? I always do like a lip and an eye, but like a one color eye, because I don't have time. I say I don't have time. I do have the time. I don't want to take the time to do something miraculous when I'm not going to be going anywhere and it's only going to last for a few hours. I'm practical about this. I just want to wear a nice color. So we got these colors and we got these colors to choose from. I've already worn Fuck, and I've worn Cone, and I've worn Donor. So I don't know which one I should do next. Maybe there's a blue one, but I have blue hair. It's a light blue. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it's called Cute. So this is the one thing that I am sad about, is eye makeup with my crazy hair. Will it even look nice? Let's do pink. Let's do tongue pop. I love tongue pop. This lady stopped me when I was grocery shopping the other day. Well, I wasn't grocery shopping. I was shopping for hair products. Specifically this. This hair color and the bleach. And I guess she was blind. A little bit blind. But she was very old and very like, I'm afraid it's going to fall over any minute and break all her bones old. They're going to turn to dust old. And she came up to me to ask a question, and she was like, "Oh, you look beautiful. You're so beautiful." And I was like, "Thank you." And I had my blue hair that wasn't done yet, and so I had like 2-inch roots. But I did have that crazy makeup on. I had that donor in my eye, but I also had this, this is a lip, and this is kind of off-putting when you have blues on your lips and you start talking. People think you look sickly or you're dead, because blues and purples are the colors of like death and decay. You know, when you're dead you turn blue type thing. And I think that's why it's so off-putting to people when they see anybody with like blue lipstick and stuff, because that's what the color is associated with, which is normal. She was like, the only thing I would change are the lips. But you're so beautiful. Like, she said it like as if she was so surprised that I was so beautiful. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And then she was like, can you show me to where the razors are? Oh, I'm putting sweetener on top because I want it to be a shimmery eye today. She's like, can you show me where the razors are? Because I'm going to buy them for my husband. I pointed them where they are. Pointed to where they were at. And she went and she was like, I'll see you later. And maybe I will see her later. This is a town of 10,000 people. I might. But that was nice, I guess. Oh, anyways, the thing that I was trying to say earlier is that I'm dyeing. I dyed my hair and I was contemplating on dyeing it black. And the reason why I was contemplating on dyeing it black is there's a lot of people that compliment me when I have my black hair, that they really like it or they miss it or whatever. And I was like, maybe I should just do that. It's such a crowd pleaser. I was like, yeah, maybe I should just do that or whatever. And I was thinking about it, and I like black hair, right, on other people. I even like it on me. I think it looks nice. But I like having colored hair. I feel like having colored hair is so, like, nice and inviting. Like, okay, I really like talking to people, and I like getting to know them. And I like making friends with people that have stuff in common with me, or making just anybody talk to me. I don't care. I will talk all day long. I can talk forever. Ask anybody. And when I have dyed hair, I get so many compliments, and then it's not just like, oh, I want to hear that I'm so pretty or anything like that. But I really like talking. It's mostly women. I don't really hear men say anything, but women, they'll be like, oh my gosh, your hair is so beautiful. Dude, I love your hair. And I'm like, dude, thank you. And then I usually go, and if I don't do this, they say it. I go, you should dye your hair. That would be so awesome. Oh, I could never. And usually it's like they come off as they're shy and they don't usually speak out that often. And I'm like, dude, do it. You can do anything. And even if they don't dye their hair, I just, like, want people to have more self-confidence in themselves and be like, yeah, I could do that if I wanted to. This girl that I liked her hair said that I could. Like, sometimes you have to give people permission, and it's not in a bad way, not as if they couldn't give themselves permission, but sometimes it's just that simple, like literally, like just to be like a little bit more confident in the way that you want to dress or whatever. And usually the people that love my hair are people that, also do their makeup, also like that kind of, it's like they were thinking about it, but they didn't know if they wanted to. And it's like, sometimes you need people to give you permission to do stuff without thinking, like not in a bad way, but just like, for the longest time, I would think like, well, I can't wear a moto jacket because I don't drive a motorcycle. That's like lying. Like, why would I buy one if I don't drive one? Like, that's ridiculous. Wear the jacket. It's a good fashion. But like, in my head, I'd be like, but I can't do that. I don't drive a motorcycle. People are going to think I drive a motorcycle and I'm over here lying. Like, or I felt like, well, I can't I can't wear black clothes because I don't listen to emo music, which is not true. I listen to a lot of emo music, but I just would feel like unworthy enough for the fashion to be able to just wear it. And it's just like, why do I think like that? Nobody ever told me to think that way. So yeah, when girls see me and they're like, "Oh, I love your hair," I'm like, "You should do it too." Or they say, "I could never do that. I'd be so scared." I'm like, "No, girl, there's a color for everybody. You should do it too. It's so awesome." And then they go, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yes, do it." It's nice to just like, it's compliments from strangers is different because like sometimes you feel like your family has to be nice to you or they have to be the ones saying like nice compliments. And so to hear it from a stranger is just like so nice. Like, oh, they don't even know me and they were so nice about it. Like, they didn't have to say that nice thing. And like, it's not like I'm lying to them. I believe it. They should do it if it makes them happy. Like, try something new out, I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, I love having it. You get to talk to more people that way. People are like, they approach you more. People come up to me and ask me all kinds of stuff all the time. And not just about my blue hair. I've heard so many people complain about like having colorful hair and then being in places where they don't want to be talked to because then they're getting pestered, and not pestered in a way. They're just like, "So how do you do that blue hair? And how do you do this and that and blah 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 blah, blah," and all kinds of stuff. And that's never happened to me. I've only ever gotten really nice compliments from ladies. I think maybe men a couple times, like, "Hey, cool hair," like that, but not not anything substantial enough to make a huge deal out of it. Look, I'm gonna put the most highlighter on today. Don't ask me why. I just feel like it. I mean, I have a whole palette. Look at the first two. It's because I use these the most. Inner corner highlight. I'm about to inner corner this highlight too. Ooh! Yes! Perfect inner corner. I had a MAC highlighter. That was a collaboration between Alexander McQueen and MAC. And I loved that highlighter so much. So much. I used it. It was like a big, round like this. And I think it was a baked highlighter. So it was like up, like a little bump. You know what I mean? And I used the shit out of that highlighter for 4 years. And it was discontinued. But I loved it so much. I think Jeffree Star highlighters, the gold ones, are like the closest that I've come to, using something that looked like it. So yeah, I like having blue hair. It makes me more outgoing. And I could use the help. Because sometimes I forget to be outgoing. I do this thing where I'm in my head all day. Like, it's literally like, the little alien from Men in Black where that guy dies and they open him up and the little alien's sitting inside his head. He's controlling his body and stuff. I feel like that alien. I feel like this is me. I'm controlling this body and I'm just inside my own head, and I don't say the things I think out loud. I don't talk about what's on my mind. It's in there. It's in there and it stays in there. And if I don't get reminded to like, "Oh yeah, you said that in your head. Maybe say that out loud. You can communicate with somebody." If I don't get reminded, I'll forget. And so, yeah, it helps me to not be like that. At least with strangers. I don't know how it is with my family. Oh, they're back. I don't know if I'm gonna stop this video. Almost. I'm almost done. I'll be done soon. Well, I'll be back.